In the dark heart of the Permian Ocean, a nightmare was born. A predator with a weapon so bizarre, it baffled science for over a century. Welcome to Extinct Earth. I'm your host, and today we explore the giants and mega-predators era to uncover the truth of the Helicoprion. 290 million years ago, the world was a different place. Pangaea dominated the land, but the true masters ruled the Panthalassic Ocean. The Helicoprion emerged during the early Permian, a time of massive evolutionary experimentation and the rise of apex marine killers. For nearly 20 million years, this creature patrolled the global oceans, witnessing the rise of complex ecosystems before the dinosaurs ever existed. By the early Triassic, their reign was coming to a close, but at their peak, they were the undisputed kings of the deep. Reaching lengths of up to 12 meters, the Helicoprion was a leviathan. It was nearly as long as a modern school bus, but far more lethal. With a weight pushing 1,000 kilograms, its bulk was powered by pure muscle, designed for high-speed pursuit and devastating impact. But it was the mouth that defied logic. Instead of shedding teeth, the Helicoprion grew them into a permanent spiral whorl, a biological circular saw. For years, scientists didn't know where it went. Some thought it was a tail, others a dorsal fin. Only recently did we realize it was the ultimate slicing tool. As the jaw closed, the whorl acted like a mechanical blade, pulling prey inward and slicing it into manageable pieces with terrifying efficiency. Its diet was diverse. First on the list, ammonoids. Their hard shells were no match for the buzzsaw jaw's relentless pressure. Belemnoids, ancient squid-like creatures, were also a staple. The Helicoprion could pluck them from the water with surgical precision. Large ancient squid provided the soft tissue the predator craved. Its teeth were perfectly evolved to grip and tear these slippery cephalopods. Smaller sharks and bony fish were also on the menu. In the Permian seas, if it was smaller and made of meat, it was a target. And finally, it was an opportunist. Large crustaceans and even carrion from massive carcasses ensured this giant never went hungry. A mature adult needed over 50 kilograms of food every single day to maintain its massive energy levels as a roaming oceanic hunter. Scientists estimate these giants could live for 20 to 30 years. Throughout their lives, the tooth whorl never stopped growing. Like the rings of a tree, their teeth may have recorded their growth, showing how they matured into the kings of the Permian. Reproduction was a slow, majestic affair. They likely engaged in complex mating rituals in the open ocean, far from the reach of land-based threats. The gestation period was incredibly long, estimated at nearly 2 years. This slow reproductive rate made their populations vulnerable to sudden changes. They were likely ovoviviparous, giving birth to fully formed, live young. From the moment they were born, they were ready to hunt. It took roughly 5 years for a juvenile to reach full maturity. During this time, they were both hunters and hunted in the shallow nurseries. Young Helicoprion focused on plankton and small crustaceans, building the strength needed to eventually tackle the giants of the deep. As adults, they were solitary hunters. They patrolled vast territories alone, relying on stealth and surprise rather than the power of a group. Their preferred technique was the ambush, striking from the dark depths below where their prey could never see them coming. With an estimated success rate of over 70%, once the Helicoprion targeted a prey, there was almost no escape. The bite force was staggering, exceeding 2,000 newtons. It wasn't just about the grip, it was about the lethal slicing power of the whorl. Even a king has rivals. The Adestus, or scissor-tooth shark, was a constant threat, competing for the same prey in a brutal arms race. Early marine reptiles were also beginning to rise, often preying on younger or weaker Helicoprion in a battle for oceanic dominance. But their greatest threats were environmental. Toxic volcanic plumes and changing ocean chemistry began to poison their world. Ocean acidification made it harder for their primary food sources, the shelled cephalopods, to survive, leading to a slow collapse of the food web. Finally, global warming led to massive oxygen depletion in the deep. The giants simply could no longer breathe in the world they once ruled. This was the Great Dying, the Permian Triassic extinction event. It was the most severe extinction in Earth's history, wiping out 90% of all species. A fascinating fact: the spiral whorl evolved because the shark's jaw was too narrow to shed its massive teeth, so it simply rolled them inward. In 1899, Alexander Karpinski made history in the Ural Mountains of Russia, discovering the first fossil that would reveal the Helicoprion to the world. Today, the Idaho Museum of Natural History in Pocatello houses one of the most significant collections of these prehistoric wonders. You can also find them at the Paleontological Institute in Moscow, where the original discoveries continue to inspire new generations of scientists. Which ancient creature should we bring back next? Comment below, like and subscribe to Extinct Earth. Let's keep the giants alive.